It's me, Mario. Hello.
Hey, if I didn't know any better, I think that's Mario. Well, hey everybody. Welcome to this week's GWC Plays. Today's this is gonna be a pretty fun one. This is gonna be a really fun look back, because I've had this game on my mind the past few days, just watching some playthroughs and different things. And it's like, you know what? I haven't played 64 yet. You know what? There's never a bad time to play 64. So you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna play Super Mario 64 today. It's gonna be pretty cool. I love this game. This game is fantastic. I still love it. Like, some people are like, well, you know, this game's bad. It hasn't aged well. I mean, graphically, it looks terrible. Gameplay wise, it's bad. Camera wise, like, people really just go in on this game. I can understand maybe to some degree, but even then, I'm able to look past all that. Like, this is still a really fun game, and for what it did at the time, it was pretty revolutionary. Like, I remember the first time playing this game, like, just this alone is like ridiculous. And just looking at this, because when I got my N64, I got this game, I got Ocarina of Time, and I got Pokemon Stadium. Now, I'm a Zelda head. I went straight to Ocarina of Time. But when I did get to Super Mario 64, boy, I was a changed man. So yeah, we're just going to play a brand new file. We're going to go from there. We're just going to play. I don't know how far I'm going to get, but we're just going to go.
Yours truly, Princess Toadstool. Peach.
Iconic. Speaking of iconic, this intro. I can't even recall how many times I've seen it. Like, I've played this game a whole bunch. I've seen this game a lot too, because I used to watch a lot of Super Mario 64 speedruns. I haven't watched too many of them these days, but a few years ago I was watching them like pretty much every day. Boy, that music, and then Mario comes up the pipe, just perfect. Ciao, you've reached Princess Toadstool's castle via a warp pipe. Using a controller is a piece of cake. Press A to jump, B to attack. Press B to read signs. 2, use a control stick in the center of the controller to move Mario around. Now head for the castle. Boom, there you go. The game is already started. You're already in. You're able to move Mario. Like, honestly, I really still like the way this game plays. Like, I feel like I'm still able to control Mario pretty well. I can do the flips. I can do, like everything pretty well. All right, now can I do the speedrun strat? Let's see. Oop, I got bad from the see. There's a way to skip. Let's see if I can do it. Oh, I missed it. Dang it. I have gotten it a few times, but I had a bad angle. And even though I have watched the speedruns, now this does not mean I'm good. But you know, we can't all be winners. And the infamous castle that has been referenced so many times, and this theme too has been like remixed so many times in other and I said Zelda and other Mario games. I still remember playing like just some other Mario game. Anytime they would like do like, oh, there's the castle. Like, can we go in? Or like, or they do the remake. Like, I just get really pumped. I do remember, and I'm gonna say this right now. This is I know this is a few years down the line, but there's still people who have not played it. But if you've not played Super Mario Odyssey, skip to the next 30 seconds. But yeah, when you beat the game and you get to walk inside of Peach's castle and that theme plays, yeah, that was my favorite part of the game. I was so ecstatic for that part. Like, it was pretty beautiful, man. I was excited for it. So I was like, man, anytime I see that castle in the game or that theme, I'm there. All right, with that out of the way. You see, I'm already halfway through this level just talking about that stuff. I was watching somebody play, like, you know, I guess I will say who it was. I was watching with a few buddies of mine, DSP, play this. If you don't know who DSP is, DSP Gaming or Dark Side Phil, and he was like butchering this game. He was doing bad on like easy stuff. It's like he's struggling on stars that I got through easily as a kid. That's not to say people can have, like, people can't always, like, oh, you're always gonna, like, damn, I'm doing this bad. But it's not like, well, you know, like, look how bad he is, but it's like he doesn't learn. That's really the issue. And just watching that stuff, I was like, man, like, I just want to play the game because he's doing everything so wrong. It's like, some of these stars can be beaten in, like, seconds, and he's, like, taking the long way, or he's just doing things like when weird ways are coming up, these weird, just like, okay, maybe if I do this, it'll work. It's like, no. But I'm gonna leave it at that. I don't want to like dive into it so it's like 40 minutes. I really just want to focus on the game itself. Foot trace with Koopa the Quick. I almost said kick. Yeah, but getting back to kind of like the talk of like how revolutionary this was. Like honestly, and I was talking about it in a video I did earlier today. They're really like, there hasn't been kind of console generations, not in a good minute, probably not since PS3, one where it really felt like, man, this is like the future of gaming. Maybe PlayStation VR and like that advent of like VR, that stuff was honestly revolutionary and like crazy to see good VR. But there really hasn't been like something like technology wise in gaming where I've been like, this is like the future, or it's like we're getting there. And I remember playing this game and just all the 3D games that are coming out at the time with the N64, and I was just like, this is ridiculous. Like, because at that time in my household, we only had an NES. We had a Super Nintendo, which we were very blessed to have that. And it wasn't even that, like, we had it. Like, I would go to my aunt's to go play the Super Nintendo and NES. And we eventually got those systems, and we got a Genesis as well. But I didn't have an N64 for a good minute. So when I did finally get it, it was kind of just mind-blowing, just thing. Because keep in mind, at this point in time, like when I did get the N64, I was very young, and at that point in time, I didn't have access to really a computer. I would play games on the computer, but it's not like I was going on like AOL or like getting on any of that stuff. Like, and even if I did get on, it was very supervised. So it wasn't like I was like looking up like online, like, ooh, Super Mario 64, N64 stuff. Like I wasn't really doing that at the time. So I was just kind of blown away when I finally did see this and was actually playing it. Just like this is like the future of gaming right here. And probably the best video to kind of showcase that, and it's one of my favorite things, is just to go back. I should do that one, Sky. That one's easy. Actually, let me do it from here. One of my favorite things to do is watch old E3 conferences. Just because it's just very fun to look back and see like what people thought of like consoles at the time and what they thought were going to be either huge hits or maybe what they thought weren't going to be that big. And just kind of like what it led to. And there's a video, it's from 1996. It's at E3. And it's a video of them premiering Super Mario 64. I don't believe for the first time, because I think it already had demoed at Space World. But it's people for the first time getting their hands, or like not their hands, but just looking at footage of the game. And watching the footage, you just see people in the audience get super excited and like exclaiming like wow, and for small things. Like he's doing this, someone's playing the game, just walking in circles, and people in the audience are like, what? And the first big reaction was this. He walks through the door and it cuts, and people were like clapping and like getting super excited. And I don't know why, but watching that every time, it's just like, it's such a cool thing, just kind of seeing what people thought of back then, and just like, I guess the point I'm getting is like that this really was at the time groundbreaking, like what it was doing, and you don't see it too much these days. Like even PS2, I had that moment when I first got PS2, and when I got when I got my 360 and PS3, I was like, look at these games, like look at the graphics and just everything else, like it's getting so realistic. Of course, looking back now, it doesn't look like that, but it's like I said, technology, it does evolve from that. But I'll always have respect for this game, just for what it did in gaming. And really, this game, like, there's so many 3D platformers that like just are really inspired by this. Like Mario was already a household name at this point, but just the advent of putting Mario in 3D like really changed things. And even to this day, you still see games that have like the basis of Mario 64 in its blood. Like it's still there in some small way, and I do appreciate that. All right, so now that long discussion out of the way, I guess I should get back to this. So I'm just breezing through this. Oh yeah, I should be doing the 100 coins too. If I was smart, I would be doing that right now. I usually do that when I do the 6 coins. It just makes it easier. There we go, but I gotta get some more coins. Gotta get more of that moolah. And I'll get to this one too. Ow. Sorry. All right. Go over this area, get some. Up. Oh boy. All right, well, let's go back to the start. There's some more coins I can get over there. The soundtrack's is so good. But yet again, it's Koji Kondo. Like Koji Kondo really, like, it's kind of a tradition in a GWC plays. I always have to bring up the composers and music of the games. And I always bring up Grant Kirkhope, but the one person who I also will bring up a lot of times is Koji Kondo. Because the dude is a maestro when it comes to video game soundtracks. Like, he has composed some of the greatest tracks in video games. Like his work with Final Fantasy. No, that's Nubo. I don't know what I'm doing. So sorry, I'm getting lost for a second just playing this. But no, just his work in Legend of Zelda and just his work in Mario is just ridiculous. Like, I don't know how he's able to do it, because it's like he's able to just write these. Oh yeah, and just for the purpose of time, I'm gonna get to other levels. I'm just gonna get the star now. Yeah, I haven't played 64 in a bit. I'm like, ooh, this 100's taking me a bit, so I don't wanna make a fool of myself going for it. And also, I think I go for that when I have the wing cap, because then I can get those ones in the air. But yeah, let's move on. Let's move on from that. But no, like his work on Legend of Zelda is incredible. His work on Mario is great. And I think the point I was getting before I stopped and lost my train of thought was that like he crafts these like really simple melodies, and it's like I don't know how he does it. Like Epona song is a very, very simple song. And this one is like, man, I feel like I could have come up with that. Like he's able to just craft these like extremely memorable melodies, and just the way he uses the music and like brings it back in like different forms is something I'll always appreciate. Like how Lost Woods is Song of Healing backwards. Like it's just small stuff, like how he'll flip a song on its side and bring it back in certain ways. Like I think the theme from Skyward Sword, I forgot. I think Ballad of the Goddess. If you play it backwards, it's Zelda's Lullaby. It's just cool stuff like that. Like I just love the way that he's able to incorporate that stuff. And you mostly see that in the Zelda games. You don't really see that in Mario. But I just love with the Mario games how like diverse like all like the music tracks are. And they all fit the level perfectly. Like there's not one level theme in this game where I'm like, you know what? It doesn't fit. They're all like fantastic. And as I said, the man can do no wrong. All right. Now, we're almost going to get there, but we have to play Jolly Roger because it features probably one of my favorite songs in the entire game. And of the 3D Mario games, it's probably my favorite song. Like if I had to do a Koji Kondo top 10 best tracks, I assure you that song would be somewhere on the 10. I don't know where, but it's in that list. Okay, let me see if I can do this. I haven't done it in a bit. Hey, I got it. Look at hey, see, I'm getting it back. I may not have had my skills on that 100 coin. Look at that, I'm abusing the game. Say easy. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Dang, what's my time right now? Dang, you about to see this. Might speed run this whole game. You might see 100% run right now. Or if I still remember how to do it, I'd almost legit do the 16-star run of the game. But I haven't done that trick in a long time. And I already know the staircase before you get to like the last area is really hard to pull off. Oh yeah, and this is my favorite little thing to do. Right here, like I was talking with some people. I was like man, like the little like hop. Oh, this is embarrassing. No, I was saying, but like that little hop in this game, like that little like boom and a wall. It's so fun to just like do that. It's like I haven't beaten this mission the regular way in so many years. Like once I did this, it's like, why even beat it the regular way? This is more fun. And it's stylish too. Like you look cool doing it. And this game is all about that style. Just like doing cool stuff. Yeah, we got 8, but you know what? We're not going to do that. We're going to keep going. All right, let's actually do the second mission. Can I do it again? Okay, I don't know how I got it that time. Like, there's no way I should have got it. I I had such a bad angle. God, this game's so fun. Like, I haven't played it in a long time because I don't. For the purpose of recording, I'm playing it on the emulator, but for the most part, I still like playing this game on my original N64. But my copy, unfortunately, very rarely like works now. Like in a rare blue moon, it'll turn on and I can actually play it. But it's so hard to actually get it to do that. So I don't really play it as often, sadly, due to that. Hey. Hooty hoo. So just playing this again has been really fun right now. And I know this mission also was like, oh dang it! I was gonna say this mission was very easy when it came time for Super Mario 64 DS. Which, you know what? That's a good transition as any. Let me talk about Super Mario 64 DS, because that's kind of the big elephant in the room when it comes to this game. So when the DS came out, Nintendo did you know what? It kind of is like a remake, pretty much, because it changed a lot of stuff from the original game. It added a lot of like new features, and well, I'm doing really bad at this. Like, this is actually honestly a really easy star to get. Now, I am still going to say, you know what? I have not played this game in a good minute, so that's why I'm doing it. But believe me, if it happens 2 more times, I can't use that excuse. Because then it just means, like, I'm just bad. But no, Super Mario 64 DS added a lot of, like, new stuff to the game. Like, you could play as Yoshi, you could play as Luigi, you could play as Wario. They were added as characters in the game. Okay, that's it. And I remember in particular that star they made way easier because they added like an extra platform to land on. And also, I believe, if I remember correctly, you could see your shadow. So you could easily like pinpoint where to drop down exactly. But, well, actually, you know what? Let's do this right now. Actually, let me not do that because I still want to talk about this and that's going to take my concentration away. But the DS version, honestly, it's a good version of this game. Is it better than the original? Absolutely no. This is still like the tried and true way to play this game. But as a fun addition to the game, DS is honestly really cool. And I would say still check it out. It's still pretty fun. Now, you do have to like worry about the controls. The controls can be a bit wonky because obviously you're playing it on the DS. It was an original DS game, so this is before they had the analog stick from the 3DS. And the only way to run in the game is you had to hold down the Y button, which lets you run. So you couldn't do... you couldn't just run like this. You had to like hold down a button. If you weren't, you were walking. So it makes certain things kind of hard in that game. And they made it so you can't beat the game as certain characters, and it's a cool version, and there's some really cool things about it. Like Luigi honestly breaks that entire game. Like if you play Luigi in Super Mario 64 DS, like you have essentially broken like half the stars in the game because his jumps are so good, and his like backwards jump gives him this floating ability, and it seriously just breaks everything because he can just like get through half a level with just like 2 jumps. Honestly, it's pretty fun. You can cheese the entire game. But even outside of that, there's still some cool things. There's like a bunch more stars added to the game. There's like whole new sections. There's a mini game suite. Like there's a lot of cool things here in that version. And honestly, it was the first game I got for the DS, and I was pretty pumped to play. I was like, this is pretty sick. Like I said, it's still a good version. Is it my preferred one? No, I'll still play this, but I'd still say check it out. Like, you know what? It's on the Wii U. If you want to play, it's on the Wii U, or you know what? It's on the DS. Just go pick up a copy. Plays in your 3DS, and honestly, 3DS is the best way to play it because the analog stick. But I am hearing these rumblings because that there is some rumor that apparently Super Mario 64 and Sunshine and Galaxy are gonna get like remasters for Nintendo Switch. Which, if that happens, you're like, you know what? I'm super down. Like, what? It's like, honestly, Super Mario 64. I'm like, yes, I will absolutely play that game again. Like, no ifs, and or buts. I will be there. I will have my copy on day one, and I'm there. But honestly, the one I'm like, oh, now it's getting real, is that Sunshine is possibly in there. Now that's a GWC plays for another day, because I honestly have a lot of things to say about Sunshine. Oh my god, he's killing me. I am of the rare opinion. The Sunshine is a good game. I don't know where it got like all the hate, but like Sunshine is honestly pretty sick. So that there could be a possible Sunshine remaster in 64 and Galaxy, I'm like, oh, I'm there. And you know what? It makes sense from a Nintendo standpoint because, like, this is such a beloved game, and there's a lot of people who didn't grow up with this game. Obviously, it's definitely an older game. It's harder to get unless you go out and emulate it or find a copy. And honestly, the best way to get this game into like a new audience and to like have people experience it is to remaster it or honestly remake it. Now, remakes, it gets a little harder because it's like sometimes the remakes can really like screw a game over. But I have trust if Nintendo did do it, it'd probably be pretty good. As long as it's the only thing. As long as they don't bring some of the dumber things from DS back, that's the only thing I would be like, all right, that wasn't needed. Did I really miss it by that one? Yeah, I did. Oh well. Would you like to save? You know what? I would like to save. Where is it? Right there. Can I actually reach that? I wonder. I'm gonna try and see. It's right there. Probably not. Yeah, I can't. Ah, dang. I'll try one more time, and if I can't get it, then oh well. All right, this is feeling pretty good. I got the right speed. Not a lot of like obnoxious turning. See, there we go. I got it. Now just to stick the landing, which, you know what? You wouldn't believe how many times I've gotten all of them and I like screw the landing up and die. It has happened way too many times that I'm not comfortable with how many it's been. But you know what? The time is finally here. It's finally time to play the level with one of my favorite themes of this game. Well, honestly, the way I set it up, you already know what it is. Here we go. Boy. This theme right here. This is also the theme that plays in Dire Docks as well. But this theme right here, this is my favorite theme in this entire game. Bar none. Oh my. Like, when those strings start, like, it's such a peaceful theme. Like, it's one of those themes, like, just, if I was in a bad mood, this is what I would play, just to get into that kind of, like, calm space. It's such a well-made song. Like, it's... See, I had to pause for a second. I'm just like... Plundering the ship. You know, I'll do this one. Why not? It's like Koji Kondo outdid himself. And I'm sure probably at the time it was probably pretty cool thing being able to actually kind of work on this stuff, just going from Super Nintendo, and like it's very limited in a lot of things, and a lot of the stuff is compressed to now working on N64, where you have way more channels you can work with, and you really are given a wider breadth of sounds you can use and everything else. Like, it really ups like what you can do creatively. And I feel like he definitely took advantage of that. And I always love when the drums kick in too. Like, that's... What am I doing? See, it's weird. I don't know why I always sometimes get like confused at this part. It's like, what am I doing wrong? I kind of just fiddle around until he goes. So I'm sure the Super Mario 64 experts are like, hey, idiot, you're supposed to do this. Which, if you are saying that, it's like, you know what? Get out. No. Hey. And this one's definitely Oh wait. Oh god, I already started off with a bad start. No! Oh god, can I... Alright, I died. Can I get the bubbles? Nope. So dark. I always forget how dark it is right there. But well, there's another stage I can do right here that also has that theme. Yeah, I'm exposing myself in this video. I'm just dying. I'm not getting all the stars. You know, I could hear that song again, so you know that's all that matters. You know, it's pretty crazy. I was also looking up beta stuff of this game, and there's so many wild ideas that were going to be in this game that it's kind of nuts. Like, at some point in development, they were going to do multiplayer for this game. Like, one player would be Mario, and the other would be Luigi. And then that was that it got taken out just, I guess, because it just wasn't running well in N64. They couldn't get it to like work well without like the gameplay suffering. And the other idea was, which I don't even know why. I just read this today, that apparently Epona was supposed to be in Mario 64, but then Shigeru Miyamoto dropped it and pushed it into Ocarina of Time. Like, that one, it's like, I don't know if I could believe that one, because it's just the idea that Mario would have a horse. It's just so baffling and weird. Like, it's like, I feel like an animal like that wouldn't fit in this world. And trying to imagine a 3D horse in the same style and make as Mario, is something about it is so off-putting. And there are a few other ideas too. Like there's probably some stuff with the possibility of Super Mario 64 too, which was, I guess, was something that was a possibility but got scrapped super early on. Hey, look at that, 15. So by the time I finish this next level, I'm gonna have enough. Maybe I will try that glitch. Maybe that's how I'll end it off. I'll actually try and see if I can do the glitch to skip on through. The infamous moment. I remember it was always my mission back then. Because I used to go to McDonald's a bunch, and it was back when they had those N64 PlayStations set up where you could like play like a variety of games. Like sometimes they had Mario 64, they might have had Mario Kart once time. Like it always changed out. And I remember the one I went to always had Mario 64, and I always made it a mission every time I went there to play this level and beat Bowser. And I did it a bunch of times there. I still remember also the first time I ever played Banjo-Tooie was at the McDonald's. And I was like, and see, it's like back then I wasn't looking up stuff because I wasn't looking at magazines that often. So I was like, I didn't even know there was a Banjo-Tooie. And then when I got there and it's like, wait, what? There's a sequel. And then I think like that next month or whatever, I think I was able to get it and rent it. And I was... I've already talked about that game like for like kind of like how was like an hour or so. I'll need to go into what I think on Banjo. I've said enough at this point. That video of me crying says enough. Man, you know those McDonald's plate things were pretty sick back then. Nowadays, I'm kind of like, no, I'm good. I don't need to. I would never do that because of just how unhygienic it would be with just all the hands and. All right, here we go. Oh, dang it, my aim is off. But you know, and there it is, the most misheard video game line probably in history. This line has been said wrong for so long. Dang, I'm doing bad. I'm doing super bad, honestly. All right, he's right there. But the so long A Bowser, or as I thought for like 20 years, so long gay Bowser. That's what I thought it sounded like, because the compression on it, really, you can't hear that A. So long, King Bowser. Like, I think it's so long, King Bowser, but you really can't hear it like that when you hear the compression in that. Like, they're actually, you can find the uncompressed line, and it sounds so different. Like, it's not even, it's kind of crazy. Like, I think I want to play it right now. So here's that line uncompressed.
So long, Bowser.
Like, see, it's pretty nuts. Like, just hearing it like that. It's like, once I heard it, I was like, oh, the mystery's solved. And even still, I'm like, you know what? It's still long, Bowser. Still that. Oh, I got him right here. It's the perfect angle. There's nowhere to run. Oh, dang it. He's fast. None of this way people watch this. Like, it's like, when you're playing so bad, I caught him the first try. It's like, how rusty are you? I was like, this is a new thing with GWC plays. So I should put in the description, expect rust if I'm playing an older game. Because some games I'm just super rusty on. If I'm really trying to talk some Rust, I should really start dusting off some of these GameCube games to play. Like, there's some GameCube games in my collection that I haven't played in a long time. Like, man, Billy Hatcher in the Giant Egg. Yeah, I should do a month of just like super old, like GameCube games I haven't played in a long time, or like some more N64 games. I've got a whole bunch of them that I haven't played in like a long time. I'm not sure if they're still good or not. Like, dang it, I already screwed up. All right, just for safety. Oh, what'd I just do? Oh, dang it. Hold on, I'm gonna try something. Okay, let's see if I can do this. If I remember, you have to put him in front of the door so he clips through. I forgot the corner though. That's the thing. Is you put him here and he clips through and you're able to grab him from the other side and bring him into the other room. And if you do the same thing on the star door, you can break through. Like I said, I have not practiced it in a super long time. This rabbit is just so done. He's just like, can you please stop this? You're not going to get this glitch. You should have practiced it before you recorded. And now the camera's just like, can you stop? Oh, snap. Hold on a second. No! God dang it, that was actually kind of it. That kind of sucks. That was actually it. I had to grab him, and I would have had it. I hope you know I'm gonna keep going till I get this. I got it. Yes. It only took 10 minutes. Now to try it here. Let's see if I can do it. Hey! I got it. Yo. I haven't done this in a long time. And here we go. Straight out of Jolly Roger, Riot and Dyer. See the game tried to kill me right there? They're like, you shouldn't be here yet. You know, you're supposed to have 30 stars. And you know, you didn't actually get that. You didn't actually get the 100 coins in Bomb Battlefield, so you shouldn't be here. It's like, you know, you got a point, but I don't care. See, now I'm scared because I got past this. It's like, dang, that means I have to try that stair glitch to get to the third area, and that one's kind of hard. Like, to get to that final area with TikTok is actually, that one's tough. Like, you have to be really specific on it. Compared to the stairs to get to the last Bowser, like, that one's super easy. I love how this went from, I just want to show off the game and talk about it, why I like it, to, you know what, now I'm just trying to speed run this and just beat it. God, this angle is killing me. I don't know why the frame rate gets so weird here. There was actually kind of an interesting video where someone apparently went through the code of the game and changed some value, and it apparently made the game run smoother. Like, apparently there was something in the game that they didn't fix, and by fixing the code, it actually makes the game run more stable, which is kind of crazy. Like, I wonder how many games there are out there, like older games, where it's like, this game runs terrible, and it's like, the reason why is because they couldn't fix one simple, like, bug in the game. And by simply changing the code and, like, the values, it fixes it. And I know it's like, John, why are you doing it this way? It's like, I've been doing the stylish way for everything. It's like, why not do it there? But I guess not today. Boy, does it look cool when you get it from there. Yeah, that's an example of, if you play as Luigi, that moment is broken because you can just do his backwards jump and you're there. Oh, dang, I'm already here. It's almost like I shouldn't be here yet. And you're going to see it played very slow. If you watch speedruns, you're going to be like, man, look at this. Look at this guy. He's actually waiting for the platforms. Because you watch those speedruns, there's no pausing. Like right now, they would have already been halfway through this level. I was saying, like, those speedruns are really good. Like, if you've never seen the speedruns of this game, like, I highly recommend them. They are very enjoyable, like, fun runs. Oh, the camera was definitely screwing me there. Okay, can you work? Yeah, that was bad. You see, the camera really played me dirty there. Yeah, well, just for safety. Just in case I fall into the lava. I'm not saying it's gonna happen, but just in case. Yeah, see, like right now, how slow I am, in a speedrun, they already would have been past Bowser. Like, they would have already been in the main lobby. Man, you know what? It's a good thing I got those coins, because that would have been it. That really would have been it right there. I would have died. Because I'm trying to play extra safe. Don't do that jump. Mario, stop. Stop doing that. There we go. Oh. Only one more obstacle. Hey, it's him again. It's almost like I just fought him, oh, like 10 minutes ago. But you know what? It's not going to be like last time. Hey, there we go. Got it first try. It wasn't like that last time where it took me like 3 tries to get them. It was embarrassing. That's right, Mari. Here we go. We're going in the end game now. Actually, more like Infinity War, because there's a part 1 and a part 2 to this next glitch. Part 1 is, oh yeah, I think I have to like reset the game. Yeah, I have to like hard reset. Hold on. I forgot it soft locks you if you do that. I really cannot think of the last time I did this. Like, it's been so long. Like, on record, the last time I remember I actually like played the game like this, where I just said, you know what, let me just do 16-star run. Might have been 2010. Like, I'm not even joking. That's the last time I can like really recall doing this thing. I may have done it at I may have done it at an earlier point, but I can't really remember. Because usually I don't do these runs too often. I usually just play the game regular. Now here's the hard one. This one is actually tough to do. Oh, that was it right there. That was the angle. If I had it. Yo! I got it in my first try pretty much. That's honestly really good. That one used to take me a long time to do. And this one is super easy. Anybody and their mother could do it. Just go backwards and then you're good to go. Okay, once he goes, I don't know what he's doing. I think that's. I remember as a kid, I actually tried running up those stairs. I thought, oh, it's not endless. You'll eventually make it. Like, there's probably one day I was on that for a good minute, and I was just like, I'm gonna eventually make it up. I'll be patient. And it's like, no, John, just get 70 stars. Like, when they meant you need 70 stars, they weren't saying it to just say like, yeah, it's 70 stars you can need. It's like, no, it's like, hey, idiot, you need 70 stars. You can't beat the game without 70 stars. But if you had told young me, don't believe this game's lies and tricks, because if you want to, you can beat it. Not 70. Make it 17. I wasn't even planning to do this. Like, I was actually just planning to play the game straight. And it wasn't until, like, the rabbit thing came in. Like, I honestly didn't think I was going to get this far. That I was going to get to the point of beating the game right now. But, you know, I'm too far in now. I can't just, like, not beat it. Yeah, give me my heart back. It's like the platforming is just really fun in this stage too. That's the thing I didn't even mention too. Is like, honestly, the thing that really makes this game is like, is that the platforming itself is really fun. Like, they were able to transition to 3D extremely well. And that's the thing a lot of games back then really couldn't say, because there were a lot of games that made that transition from 2D to 3D. And in a lot of cases, sometimes it didn't work out well for them. Sometimes it did, but then sometimes there were a lot that didn't. The game style just didn't naturally like work in a 3D environment. But Mario, it felt like natural. Like when you play, like it all your instincts from like Mario 3 kind of start to come back. At least that's what I got from playing this, where I was like, oh, stuff I kind of we do in Mario 3 is kind of I can still kind of do here, or it feels like kind of right. Look at that, we're already at Bowser. Hey, didn't I just fight you like 3 minutes ago? You didn't collect the power stars. Up. Misfire. Where's the other one at? Yep, missed it. He's gonna jump. That's gonna start breaking up. I mean, I missed that jump because I don't want to like fall off the ledge. Dang it! God, I'm doing bad on these battles. I'm sorry, 64 pros out there who are watching and they're like, "Boy, what you doing? You're." So like, I love the video. I have one thing of criticism. Sure, what is it? Don't suck. It's like, sorry, sir. I can't help but not. I'm rusty. You know, this controller's not helping, too. I'm still using the PS3 controller. Oh, okay, that's not fair. Okay, at least maybe you can agree with me there. That wasn't fair right there. That was some bad. Like, that hitbox should have hit. Bowser's playing with some tricks. He's like, oh, you're gonna play with tricks? You're gonna glitch and beat half the game without doing any of the work? Oh! That's what I get. Oh, well, let's do it again. Dang it, I was off by a little bit. Wow, I didn't think that was going to hit. That's it. That's the game. Yeah, you know, I'm the superstar. You know, I didn't have to get all 70. And honestly, real superstars do all the work with less of the time. You know, this is a good C- playthrough. I still passed the class, but I didn't do all that extra work to get to the end. So I still feel just as good as an A+ student. It's like, you know what? We still passed. I didn't have to do all that extra credit you had to do. We still get the same. We still get the same diploma at the end of the day. Yours might have a gold star. Mine might have bronze, but you know what? It's a star nonetheless. You didn't think you were gonna see a full playthrough on this. It's gonna see on YouTube. GWC Play Super Mario 64 full playthrough, 1 hour. Like, what? Didn't realize this was a speed run, did you? This really is a funny GWC play. It's like I really was not trying to do this. Like, how did I go from starting up, just playing the game regular, to just being like, you know what, let me just try this glitch out, to then beating the game? Like, how to get there? It's just, it's pretty funny.
The power of the stars is restored to the castle.
It's like, who's this voice actress?
And it's all thanks to you. Thank you, Mario.
It's like, I wonder who at Nintendo it was. I of course know Mario's voice. It's Charles Martinet. Like, this is the first role that Mario ever had. Like, for the games at least, he had a speaking role. I'm not talking about the Super Mario Brothers Super Show, and that cartoon and that.
For Mario.
But this is the first time he actually had like a voice. And Charles Martinet has been the voice of Mario since this game. He has done it for every single Mario game out there. And he does Luigi, he does Wario, he does Waluigi. Like, it's like that dude is really, really cool. I'm still hoping one of these days I get a chance to meet him. And if so, I want to get my copy of the game signed if possible. But yeah, honestly, even though I beat the game, there's still a lot of stuff I probably could have talked about. Like, I could have talked about some more of the beta stuff, like how Mario's voice was like from stock sound effects is like Mel Blanc. It was a voice like the Scream, which was in the early version of the game. And I could have talked about a lot of stuff like that L is real myth that people kept talking about for years, saying that Luigi's in the game and he's like hidden away, which is completely false. He's not in this game at all. And it doesn't say L is real at all. It's like some gibberish. I forgot what it's supposed to mean. I forgot. Someone did explain like what it was in some video, but it's been a while. I think I could have talked about that level and how I struggled on it as a kid. I could have talked about the quicksand there. There is Koji Kondo. Give some claps to the man himself. Great soundtrack. See, look at all these stages I could have played. Oh, that the worst part of the game right there, where you lose the hat. Like, that part's bad. This stage, Wet Dry Land, I never really liked it. I can play it, but it always gets on my nerves. And there's that monkey who gets on my nerves too. That's a pretty cool stage. This is also a really good stage too. I should have probably played it, because that's that second Koopa the Quick. And TikTok Clock I didn't even play, which is a shame. I actually had a lot to say. Like, honestly, TikTok Clock's a good stage. I was talking with some people. They were like, it's the worst stage in the game. And it's like, it's too hard. It's like, honestly, TikTok Clock's pretty easy. I struggled more with Rainbow Ride. Okay, Leslie Swan. Okay, I just haven't been paying attention. But Charles Martinet. Like, I wonder what else Leslie Swan did. I think that's my thing. It's because, like, I don't know if Leslie Swan stayed on to do the voice for Peach. I think that's why I was kind of like, who is that voice? Leslie Swan. I'm looking it up right now. Cats. Oh, so she kept doing the voice of Peach in a lot of Mario stuff. Hey, and there's that classic tagline. Yeah, looking it up, because her first role was Princess Peach. Then she was Peach in Mario Kart 64. No, she was Cat in WarioWare, and it looks like she kept that role for a long time. Yeah, her only like real thing is she reprises the role of Cat and stuff. Localization manager. Oh, she still works in Nintendo, actually. She's a localization manager for the North American branch. She localizes a bunch of the Nintendo games. So it really was my joke about it's probably somebody at Nintendo who they just said, hey, can you come say these lines? That legit probably was what it was, which is pretty funny. But that seems to be a thing of the time back then, of just like, hey, we're not going to hire voice actors, or if we're going to need some extra voices. Hey, Frank, can you come here and can say this line real quick? That's probably what it was. But yeah, that's going to be the end of this GWC Plays. I honestly could stay here for a bit longer and kind of talk more about the game. Because there still is a lot of stuff that I probably could just keep talking about with this game. Like, this game has such a long history, and I have such a long history with it, just playing it. Like, I remember playing it like during like I think like my 6th, 7th birthday. Like, wait, what was it? Yeah, like when I was like 5 or 6, I remember playing this like for my birthdays. Like, I invited like family over, and I was just playing this with like my cousins, and like, yeah, this game's just really great. I still really love playing it. Like, even though I'm talking through this and I was doing pretty bad, like I honestly I was actually having a lot of fun playing it today. It's honestly still a really, really fun game. Do I hope the remaster rumor is real? Absolutely. I'd love to play this game again. I'd love for a brand new audience to play this game. Like, I still think this game stands the test of time. Like, and maybe with some like refined controls and everything else, it'd probably be like even better. So like, I'm all for that. Like, Mario is a fantastic series, and it's up there as like one of my favorite platform franchises. Like, which is a no-brainer, since Mario's like the big one at the top. But yeah, I think I hit that. Wait, actually, no. Maybe there is one more thing I can. You know what? I'll say one more thing, because I don't know if I brought it up on video before, or if I did, it was a long time ago. But I'll just end off on like one quick little story, and then the video will end. I'm sorry I keep treading, just that I feel like I didn't say everything I wanted to say. So I'm gonna treat this last part as like a little podcast at the end, just to kind of talk more about the game. But kind of a quick story as to how I got my boxed copy of Mario 64. Because it was kind of like a really like kind of luck of the draw moment. And it was like one of those things where, like, still looking back, I'm like, I don't know how I got it. So this was back at SoCal Retro Gaming Expo. I believe it was 2000, either 16 or 17 when I went. And I remember I was walking around the booth. This was like maybe like 50 minutes into the convention. I was walking around and just checking out a bunch of booths. And I'd walk around this one booth a few times at this point. And I walked around it after like maybe like my 3rd or 4th time. And then I just see at the front, like just sitting here randomly, a boxed copy of Mario 64, just a box. It wasn't the manual, it was just a box for $10. And it was a little grungy box. Like, I'm not gonna lie, it's not the most perfect box, but it was the box of the game. $10, just chilling there. I'm like, I saw it there and I picked it up, and I was almost like, I can't believe nobody got this yet. because this is a convention, just like it's a retro game convention, and like with how big Mario 64 is, because like they sell the game there. I saw it sold for like $30 maybe. Like people are selling it for a high price. It's because it's a pretty popular game and people still want to pick it up. So I seen it for like $20, 30. So I was surprised the box was $10, and I was surprised it was just chilling there. And and the thing is crazy, I was almost considering, I was like, maybe I should put it back and not get it. And I don't know why I thought that for a second. Like looking back, I'm like, I should have been like, hey idiot, get it. You're never gonna find a box copy of this game this cheap ever again. And so I just said, you know what, screw it. And I got the box copy, and I was honestly like, afterwards I was like, I don't know how like luck wise I got, because I feel like that was something they just put out. Because like I said, I walked past that booth a few times and I didn't see that, and it caught my eye. Like I almost wouldn't have noticed it had I not looked to the right, but I'm happy I did. And so at that point I had my box copy of Mario 64. Then later in that convention, I found a booth that was selling N64 manuals, and they had the manual for the game, $3. So for $13, I had a complete and box copy of Mario 64 again, because I was a dumb little kid and decided to probably throw my box away, which haunts me to this day that I threw away all my boxes. It's like, what was I thinking? But anyway, yeah, that was that story. I'm sorry I ended off on just like a tangent, just talking about this stuff, but I just wanted to talk more about Mario 64. Like, I will say, treat the last half of this video as like a little podcast. Like, nothing is happening on screen. It's just talking about the game. But yeah, I will for real now. I am going to call it. So, I really thank you if you have stuck around, because this was a pretty lengthy GWC plays this time. Like, I definitely played a little more than I usually do. I usually try to stick to like 50 minutes, but once I got near the end, it's like I knew I can't stop. So yeah, that's gonna be it. Next week, I hopefully should have something new in store. Maybe I'll check out some of those old GameCube games I was talking about. Maybe I'll check out N64. Like, I don't know. I'll figure it out when I get to that point. So thank you very much for watching. Until next time, I'm John, and I'll see you later. Dang, this game's good. This game's really good.